United States. And I think we had actually a lot of questions. We just did not have enough time. And of course, especially, I think probably you all like me have some questions like, like last talk, Dr. John's talk on, how, the American dream, the Chinese dream. I think one thing for this CAST USA Summit is to promote, at least from my side, I would say is promote Chinese and American Chinese American. I think we do, as we know that we have all kinds of associations in the United States. I think one of the things I believe each of those associations is to promote, I think, Chinese and Chinese Americans. So the same for CAST. I think this summit definitely we're trying to promote, and I think we will get there, and hopefully in the end, we will be better and stronger. And I think the way, of course, today we will have very outstanding presentations from prestigious researchers and entrepreneurs, I would say. And also follow with that, we will recognize, I think, the youth for their excellence in academia and also in extracurricular activities. And we also will recognize some commercial technologies that have been successful, and we will have quite a few awards. And we, of course, we will have in my opinion, outstanding performance. We will have, I think, 8 performances from, to my knowledge, excellent artists. So I think, with that, I think it's Han Tin Zhang. I think it's, Dr. Han Tin Zhang may talk a little bit about what our plan for today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Li. Can you hear me?
Yes, pretty well.
Okay, great. Good evening and good morning for people in China, and welcome you all to the second day of the summit. And today I'm going to introduce our special guest, Dr. Hong Liao from Connecticut, from CAST, Connecticut. And Dr. Liao has been engaged in the CAST USA for a long time, and he has done a lot of contributions to our organization. And he has successfully organized the CAST USA annual meeting that was a couple of years ago in 2018. So I'm glad to co-chair some of the sessions of this meeting, and I would be happy to invite Dr. Liao to say a few words. Dr. Liao, please.
Thanks, co-chair, Professor Zhang Hanting. Let me speak in Chinese, okay? 我叫廖红，是今年2021年中国林美科协全球创新峰会及2021年中国林美科技协会科技高峰论坛及29届总会年会的共同主席很有幸和那个张汉庭博士一块儿来组织这个共同年会，是总会的一系列的那个庆祝活动的一部分。那么我在这里来呢能够感受到大家的对为社区活动的这个的是热情我见到了很多老朋友。2018年我做那个 康州科协会长的时候呢，承办的2018年的那个耶鲁峰会年会，和大家的那个交情是非常深厚的，也认识了很多新的朋友在这儿。所以呢，作为今年旅美科技协会系列活动之一，我感谢大家对峰会的贡献，你们奉献精力、时间甚至资金，为华人科技社区服务，是值得敬佩。祝此次峰会圆满成功，也希望和组织这次年会系列活动的共同主席张汉庭博士一块儿邀请大家参加11月6号举行的2021年中国旅美科技协会科技高峰论坛暨29届年会。最后我想用一首诗来表达我的心情那个也是那个有人希望能够让我来通过诗来表达我们的心情这个诗呢是描绘那个雪在融化过后，经过小溪融入这个黄石湖，大家都知道那个黄石湖是很美的地方这个诗的名字叫《黄石湖》。你生长在雪山峰顶，天生无瑕；你成长在那片净土，冰清玉洁；你看尽世间的繁华风景，你听惯来往喧哗的风声。你的爱如初雪一样的纯洁，在太阳下闪闪晶莹。我的执着如夏日的炙热，烘烤着你每一寸腹肌。你融化自己，冲破大山的阻挠，奔向自由。我感觉到你的骚动，迎接你在大山的深处。听着流淌的声音，如你兴奋的亲昵。我拨弄着溪水，如轻抚着你的长发，捧一口山泉，如尝着你那少女的羞涩。赤脚走在小溪，感觉到你的脉动。我想把你留住，让我独自享受。你奔跑留下的浪花，如你的笑容。你叮咛我，想你就尽快的行动，去常相守的那个地方，那个地方叫黄石湖。好，最后祝愿中国旅美科技协会越来越好，越来越红火。多谢。
Thank you very much, Dr. Liao. It was a fantastic poem. I like it. Thank you. As you may have noticed, our schedule has been changed, and because Dr. Yi Gongshi is not available due to some unexpected reason. And I apologize for the change at the last minute, which happens, but not. It's rarely. Anyway, I apologize. 很抱歉今天因为这个没有预见的原因。这个施一公院士不能够来参加今天的会议，对此造成的这个不便，在此表示深深的歉意，但是我们这个会议这个峰会的这个其他的节目都照常进行，我们有几个非常exciting 的这个报告 我们还有很多这个performance 这精彩的节目表演，所以我相信这个今天的这个 summit 也是依然是值得我们大家期待。谢谢大家。下面我们就有请梁瑞凤教授这个介绍 West Virginia Governor 的这个 speech。瑞凤 please。
好的，感谢汉庭分享 ，Thanks, Professor Han Ting. Good evening to all participants of tonight's summit. This is Ray Leong from West Virginia University. I'm currently serving as the Director of Outreach for CAST. Today, it's my great pleasure to introduce the Governor of the state of West Virginia. Really, a West Virginia native, Governor Justice is West Virginia through and through, with education from Marshall University and also Greenbrier Military Academy. Governor Justice built a career in farming and energy, yet he always had a profound pull to serve back West Virginia through his time, talent, and resources. In 2017, he was elected as the 36th governor of the state of West Virginia. Has spent his tenure finding ways to grow tourism, enhance the statewide infrastructure, and develop new educational opportunities, set a bright physical future of West Virginia. In 2020, West Virginia citizens re-elect Governor Justice with almost over 2/3 of the vote. Now let's welcome Governor to give a welcome speech.
Hello, everyone. I'm Governor Jim Justice. The 2021. Hello, everyone. I'm Governor Jim Justice. The 2021 Global Innovation Summit. It's incredible. It's incredible from my standpoint that you're in West Virginia. You've been in Los Angeles, Boston, New York, big cities and everything. You've come to West Virginia and you won't regret that. You know, we got a lot of great things going on right now in West Virginia, and West Virginia is becoming the diamond in the rough that everyone missed. Absolutely, there's innovation. There's all kinds of wonderful things that are happening in West Virginia right now. Many, many companies are coming to West Virginia, and we're nurturing the ones that have already been here. We appreciate absolutely more than you'll know, you being here. Our companies that have already been here, that have been here over the years, and absolutely all those new that are coming. West Virginians are a peoples that are a loving, appreciative people. So in all of that, you know, when it comes to science, technology, healthcare, and our economy, West Virginia is truly shining, are we not? You know, now, with all of that, you know we're within a rock's throw of 2/3 of the population of this country, and right here in this little state of West Virginia, absolutely being positioned just perfectly, with 4 of the most incredible seasons on the planet, absolutely the greatest people that care and love and appreciate, and people that are real craftsmen, and people that really truly do know the difference between right and wrong. Many people are coming here. Many companies are coming here now. And the reason they're coming is all of the resources and things that I just told you, but in addition to that, you could do it here for maybe a fraction of the cost that you can do it in one of our big cities. You know, West Virginia is that diamond that I've told you about. Now, I've got to read just a couple of things to you here real quick, but this year's summit's theme is innovation, leadership, and prosperity. Now, if you don't think that today in West Virginia, that those 3 things are going on today in West Virginia, you must be living in a cave, because they're absolutely going on right now. You'll see, and I hope you the very, very best, that your work over the next couple of days, I hope you accomplish many, many, many things. And with all of that, I'll leave you with just this. West Virginia is the perfect place for people to build, for people to grow, for people to raise their families, and for people to call home. I could never welcome you anymore, and I could never say how so appreciative that I am that you're here. Thank you so much. Good luck in all your endeavors. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Governor Justice, for great welcome speech. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the president of West Virginia University, Gordon Gee. Currently serving as a second term as the president of West Virginia University, Dr. Gordon Gee has been a leader in higher education for more than 3 decades. In 2009, Time magazine named him as one of the top 10 university presidents in the United States. Recently, the website Great Value College named him the nation's top university president. In addition to his service as a West Virginia University president, Dr. Gordon Gee has served as a president of Ohio State University 2 terms, and Vanderbilt University, Brown University, and University of Colorado. Now let's welcome President of West Virginia University, Gordon Gee, please.
I'm delighted to welcome so many talented scientists and entrepreneurs to the 2021 CAST USA Global Innovation Summit. Chinese students and scholars have added to the intellectual vibrancy of West Virginia University for many years, and I could not be prouder that CAST, West Virginia's chapter, is hosting this national summit. This event will give you an exciting window on the contributions that Chinese Americans are making in every field from STEM to the arts. And through the Science and Technology Awards, you will meet some of our country's most innovative young business leaders, including some from right here in West Virginia. I hope you enjoy your virtual visit to our state, and I hope that new ideas and achievements introduced at the summit energize and inspire you.
And President Gee has been so supportive to all the programs and CAST West Virginia chapter has organized for the past several years. Thanks, Gordon Gee, again. And in addition, we also have invited U.S. Senator Shelley Moore Capito and U.S. Senator Joe Manchin to make a welcome speech. Unfortunately, they are not able to join us tonight, but both of them have sent their greetings to all the participants of the Global Innovation Summit tonight. And they wish a great success of the program tonight. Thank the blessing from the 2 U.S. senators from West Virginia. Now I would like to hand over the microphone to Hunting, please.
I think Hunting has some technical issue with the collection. So I think here we will let, we have Miss Xin Zhang, who will be the hostess for tonight's event. So from here on, I think she will take it over, and thank you, Miss Zhang. You are muted.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Xin Zhang. I will be the host for tonight. And thank you for the introduction. Next is our first keynote speaker of the day, Dr. Shuguang Zhang. His topic is curiosity-driven research, the QTY code for protein design. I will pass the mic to Dr. Hunting Zhang. I'm not sure if you are ready. Dr. Zhang.
No, he's somebody else.
I'm trying to add him to the panelist. And
yes, I'm on the panelist. I'm already here.
Yeah, Dr.
Sorry,
Zhang.
I just had a technical problems and just joined the panelists.
Thank you, Dr. Zhang. And
Yeah.
would you be able to introduce our speaker?
Is Jinrong available?
Yes.
Is Jinrong Zhou available?
Yes.
Yeah, Jinrong, based on the previous schedule, can you introduce Dr. Su Guang?
Sure.
Oh, okay, please. Thank you.
Okay. It's my privilege and a great honor to introduce the CAST USA Science and Innovation Award lecturer, Dr. Su Guang Zhang. Dr. Zhang is the director of Media Lab and the Whitaker Foundation investigator at the MIT. He's also the member of National Academy of Inventors, fellow of American Institute of Medical and Biological Engineering, fellow of Japan Society for Promotion of Science, and the co-founder of the Molecular Frontiers Foundation and the 3D Matrix. Dr. Zhang has made significant contributions in science and innovation. He is widely acknowledged as the founder of the field of self-assembling peptide materials, has published over 170 scientific papers, which have cumulatively been cited over 33,000 times with the H index of 85. His innovative discoveries include, but not limited to, the invention of the QTY code as a systematic method of rendering insoluble peptide sequences water-soluble to facilitate the biochemical research while retaining the native conformation and functionality. The title of his talk is Curiosity-Driven Research, the QTY Code for Protein Design. Let's join me to welcome Dr. Zhang. Okay, Dr. Zhang, your turn.
Okay, can I share the screen?
Okay.
Can I share the screen?
You're the co-host, supposedly you can, right?
How can I share the screen?
In the bottom.
I saw that, but something else is wrong. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Thank you for inviting me for this meeting. First, I need to make a correction. I'm only had my own laboratory of molecular architecture, not a Media Lab. Media Lab has 500 people, and it's a very big enterprise, $80 million annual budget, and I'm not the director for that. Okay, so good. I started my research at MIT in 1988. So I came to the United States in 1980, learned my English at Portland State University in Oregon, and earned my PhD at UC Santa Barbara, University of California, Santa Barbara. I came to MIT in 1988. My mentor was Alexander Rich, here on the slides. On the cover of the slides is a book I edited for him. So here is the four founders of molecular biology. One of them is Francis Crick, sitting on the back. The other is Jim Watson. And this is my mentor, Alexander Rich. And here is Leslie Ogle. This photo was taken in this room, in this house, in 1955 with the golden helix. The golden helix represents the protein alpha helix. That is what my research is about. And alpha helix was only discovered in 1951. So then Francis Crick already put alpha helix on his house. In 2010, on December 20th, Alex asked me a simple question. He asked me, can you convert a hydrophobic alpha helix into a hydrophilic one? And that was the question. He also said, persistent is luck. It's very true, absolutely correct. I experienced this firsthand in this pursuit. Here is Robert Langer. And he said, in school, you are judged by the question you answer. In real life, you are judged by the question you ask. Is absolutely correct also, because research starts from asking questions. The bigger question you ask, the bigger answer you will get. That's what Francis Crick said. Here is my talk for the summit, Curiosity-Driven Research, the QTWare Code for Protein Design. Here is a Media Lab. Media Lab is one of the most innovative laboratory at MIT and in the world. And this building was designed by I.M. Pei. And I.M. Pei also later designed the pyramid in Paris, the Museum Louvre. And this building design itself is innovative. It has an MIT in it, in the building. If you can see, this is M built into the building, designed into the building. Here is the I, here is a T, architecture, okay? MIT designed by Benjamin. So my research is about the code. Here is a slide describe the impact of the code. Morse code is for the telecommunications 100 years ago. Very simple code can convey messages across the ocean. In those days, 100 years ago, was unthinkable. And it says code transformed human communication forever. The second code it's a computer code. Again, computer code is simple. It's 0101 and writing algorithm, different computer algorithm, and into programs, eventually can run entire planet as human society. Without the computer code, the simple code would not able to function as a society today. Third code is the oldest code, the genetic code. All the life, everything from viruses, the bacteria, to human, to plants, everything we eat, everything we see in the life, it's all share the same identical genetic code. Genetic code, again, is very simple, had only 64 codons, but that define the life as we know it. That's the reason coronavirus can infect you. The virus does not carry ribosome to make protein, but carry genetic material. The virus uses your own genetic material and to make its own protein. That's also why vaccine works. You take a piece of RNA that's coded by viruses, the RNA gets inside the cell, makes protein that elicits your immune system and fight. In the end, you'll be protected and through after immunization, because you have your own body produce antibodies, protect yourself. That because they all share the same genetic code. That's also a reason you can eat a fish, you don't become fish. You can eat the beef, don't become a cow. That's also for the same reason. The code I invented a called QTY code. QTY code is for protein design. It's a very simple code, and that be very useful for protein design. And since protein is a working horse of biological system and produce trillions of dollars for biological industry, so have a code to design protein could be very useful. Here is an example. The proteins in general classified into two classes. One class is hydrophilic, that is water soluble. On the left, the hemoglobin. And the hemoglobin can solubilize in the our red blood cells about 30%, so that can carry out oxygen and get rid of carbon dioxide and so on. So it's a highly water soluble protein. And on the right side is a membrane protein that embedded in the membrane. It's a G protein coupled receptors in this case. And both work. Water soluble protein won the Nobel Prize in 1962. And the people who did discover G protein coupled receptors at Duke University and Stanford University won the Nobel Prize in 2012, 50 years later. Here is another textbook by Carl Brandin I used to teach. On the cover, again, is alpha helices. You can see all the proteins with a lot of alpha helices, just like Francis Crick have that yellow one, alpha helix, on his house. So those alpha helices, again, it's a water insoluble protein. And the person who determined the structure of alpha helix won the Nobel Prize in 2003. It's called the ion channel. This textbook has one page. In page 17, has a 3 alpha helices model. On the left, mostly green, means the alpha helix is hydrophobic. So in the middle, this has a half the green is hydrophobic. The other half is hydrophilic. It's red and blue. So it's less hydrophobic than the one on the left. The third one is mostly red and blue, and it's hydrophilic, alpha helix. So even though the 3 alpha helices has a very different chemical properties, but then have identical structure as shown here. It's a 1.5 angstrom per amino acid rise, 100 degree per amino acid turn, 3.6 amino acids, 360 degree, 5.4 angstrom per helical turn. So this comes from textbook. Okay, this is the key for my discovery. The other key for my discovery, as this shows the example here. This is one alpha helix here. It's green, also green, it's hydrophobic residues. It's a transmembrane proteins here. And then made a lot of mutations in here, in this one, and turned out it's highly hydrophilic. Then changed 6 amino acids out of 25, the 24%. However, you can look, if you look at crystal structure, those two, they're nearly identical. Okay, the changes occur here. You can see an L changing to E, I changes to R and K, and this L changing to K, this L changes to E, this I change to E. So you can see a lot of changes, 6 changes and 24%, but structure look identical. This is counterintuitive for most understanding this problem. So this is another key figure for my research, for my discovery for the code. This is a table of amino acids, 20 amino acids arranged by the size. The smallest one on the top left corner, and the largest one on the right lower corner. If you look in between of them, one pair is here, this pair, the valine is hydrophobic amino acid residue. This is valine amino acid residue. This is water insoluble. This is water soluble. But then if you look at this, they're nearly identical. And then another pair is here, not pair, a few of these, it's leucine, amino acid leucine, and you can see very similar to these two amino acids, one is aspartate, one is asparagine. But it's also similar to glutamate and glutamine. Those four amino acids are highly water soluble. This one's not. So we can replace this water soluble one with water insoluble one. Finally, there's another pair. It's a hydrophobic phenolphthalein and hydrophilic tyrosine. This OH group here. So you can see a very similar structure and size. And here is a detail how this amino acid interact with water. Is aspartic acid and glutamate can interact with 4 water molecules, and asparagine, glutamine can also interact with 4 water molecules. In this case, this 2 is a nitrogen donated to hydrogen to form 2 water hydrogen bonds with water. This oxygen as an acceptor with the 2 more water molecules. So this single side chain can interact with 4 water molecules. Here, this is another one, OH group, and can interact with 3 water molecules, and 1 donor for this hydrogen, and oxygen 2 as acceptor. So serine, threonine, and tyrosine. And arginine is not involved in the code, can form 5 hydrogen bonds with water, lysine with 2, histidine 2, and tryptophan 1. So those are the amino acids that are highly soluble in the 20 amino acids we showed you earlier. Here showing more detail for QTY code. And this glutamine and asparagine can form 4 hydrogen bonds with water. Here, as I said earlier, this nitrogen has 2 hydrogen as a donor with 2 water molecules, and this oxygen as an acceptor with 2 water molecules. So this molecule has no charge, it's neutral. Very important here. And here it's OH group on side chain of threonine and tyrosine. Again, this hydrogen is a donor or interact with water, and this oxygen as acceptor with 2 water molecules. So don't underestimate the simple this water interaction. That's how make a protein soluble or not soluble. So the idea is following. We want to take the cell membrane protein here, showing embedded membrane, and remove them, take them out. But if taken out without the detergent, it's very unstable. So you need add a detergent to this protein. Once add detergent, you can see the protein, the encased, is surrounded by lipids. So the function, the protein is impeded in some way. So our idea is to take the protein out and make it into water-soluble version, totally surrounded by water. There's a color here, cyan color is like water color. So we now surround the water, so protein can directly water-soluble. This is a very tall order, and in a way, in 2010, is considered very crazy idea, okay? But sometimes crazy idea is based on science, it's based on nature, the phenomena, and we pursued 7 years. Leonardo da Vinci said, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. As you know, Leonardo da Vinci is the inventor, the artist, engineer, scientist, everything. He always go from simple and then go to complex. His stroke, his drawing is phenomenal, and invention so many things. After 7 years, persistent is luck. We finally crack the code and then make the water insoluble GPCR into water soluble form. Here is the example, the QTY code. Here is leucine, water insoluble, isoleucine, valine, and phenolene water insoluble would replace leucine, and either with asparagine or with glutamine. In our case, with replace glutamine, and this with replace valine isoleucine with threonine, replace phenolene hydrophobic one with tyrosine. And if you look at this alpha helix, looking from the top here, it's mostly green. Green means hydrophobic. So we change the old green into hydrophilic, into cyan color. All those amino acids have been changed. As you can see, it's substantial change into the hydrophilic alpha helix protein. Here is example shows the change. And the 4 examples, and we made a change. Initial made 1, and people would consider maybe you're lucky. And you made 2, people say maybe you're lucky again. Well, you make 4 of these, you cannot buy lottery 4 times when a 4 lottery millions dollars. It's statistically impossible. So this must be simple with a code in it to describe this. So we change the transmembrane domain percentage is 46%, and the total protein change is 21, almost 22%. But if you look at the PI change, isoelectric point change, 9.21, 9.10 is 0.1 pH unit change, very little. Also, you look at this, the molecular weight change, 40.52, 40.98 is also very little change, okay? About the 400,000 change. There's another example here, 6 or 7, can see the transmembrane total change is 23%, and the transmembrane protein change 56%. But PI change 7.52 or 7.50. The change in PI is 0.02%, essentially no little change. And molecular weight change is also about 500 amino acids. And other ones are very, very similar and change. Okay, we made 4. We have now made more than a dozen change. And our work has been reproduced by other people in Taiwan and Tokyo. Here is more of the change, and we do not have to go over and then just see the cyan color, the protein is native protein, come from the crystal structure of a protein. Yeah, you can get information from the PDB database. This cyan color, the magenta one is kind of the native one. Cyan color is a simulated protein. Okay, we did the work. We published a paper in 2018. The simulation was carried out in 2016 and 2017. Take weeks to simulate one structure. We simulated 6 of them, and it took a long time. But now AlphaFold 2 and prediction protein structure has changed completely the field. It's called a game changer for AlphaFold 2 for protein structure prediction. So the magenta is crystal structure from the database. It's verified. The cyan is come from the QTY version, is water soluble version, looking from the front, looking from the back, and looking from the top, and the protein. And here it's more closely looking at the protein. The green color comes from native protein. Okay, it's a native protein. And the cyan color comes from the QTY version. Okay, I mentioned to you earlier the alpha helical structure, and despite the different side chains of the amino acids, they follow the same structure, this demo right here. And this looking from the side, looking from the top. There's one of them. There's another one, and looking from the side, looking from the top. The differences you can see is less than 1 angstrom difference. It's a remarkable closeness. Okay, here is an example. A green is hydrophobic, it's a native one, and the cyan is a water soluble version. You can see they are remarkably similar. Okay, so this is water insoluble version from membrane. This water soluble version come from design QTY code. You can see they essentially superimpose, and the RMS SD is 1.3 angstrom resolution. Here is similar to the different hands, with hands wear gloves. This glove is hydrophobic, right? The rubber glove, hydrophobic, and you can still hang on different sense, and will not interfere with the hang on the pen. And the surgeons, they need to wear the glove to operating people, and people doing semiconducting, making chips, they need to wear this glove to be very clean. The function and has not changed with this glove and without the glove. On my hand, the hand on the right is the one without glove. I consider hydrophilic, and that one, the kind of function has no change. That is the key of this whole research. Here shows the function, the protein, after we change in the hydrophilic version of membrane protein, then still retain the ligand binding activities and still stable in the structure. All this information has been published in the paper, which I show you. The ligand binding has been quite similar to the native structure. Okay, so the whole thing is about the code. The simplest code in biology is DNA code, right? The DNA code determines DNA double helix. So once you know the basis and TCAG, the other one is complementary, automatically AGTC. You can close your eyes, you can write the information down. That's how the double helix is formed. That's how we can make PCRs. We can detect a coronavirus so fast because it's code. Okay. So, and this is the simple code, QTY code. And the QTY code is also simple. And it's DNA code, and it's A and T, G and C. The QTY code also reversible, and L with Q, and V and I with T, and F with Y. Its key is reversible. And some companies are really very interested in the reverse the system. So after first paper was published in 2018, with Dr. Qin Rui, and now a professor at Shanghai Jiao Tong University, and then did a lot of work on this. He can design fine-tuning the newly water-soluble membrane protein, and then make it soluble, can fine-tune the ligand binding affinity. Before, it was totally impossible, inconceivable to work on membrane protein to engineering design them with such a precision. And if you only change partial this QTY code, or not completely change only 8%, for example, then the protein, the receptor can still enter into membrane, can still carry out cell signaling, but require higher ligand activities. So it shows our code can be fine-tuned, how much hydrophobicity you want to retain, how much you want to leave out. And with visiting professor from Chongqing University and Dr. David Jin from Avalon Biotech, we in 2019, April 2019, we work on several GPCRs and cytokine and chemokine and cytokine receptors. Turns out those receptors are directly relevant because for cytokine storm. Cytokine storm is how the coronavirus infected people die from cytokine storm. Their own immune system attacks their own system. Eventually, patient cannot overcome the cytokine storm and pass away. So our work, curiosity-driven research, has done the work a year before the coronavirus and came out into the world. So now the technology has been developed to help treating the disease. So here is this example. We created or designed antibody-like receptor system for use for treating the cytokine storm problem. Cytokine storm not only occur in coronavirus infected people, also in sepsis shock patient, and also in quite the cancer treatment for chemotherapy treatment and the CAR-T treatment, people also suffer cytokine storm. So can also be used for treating other diseases as well. And one of the questions we also want to do is the following. Once you make the receptor become water soluble, now you can do a lot of design and engineering, something never possible before. One example is here. And you all have lots of smartphones here. We know smartphone has hearing, that you can hear the music. Smartphone can touch, vibrate, vibration is touch. Smartphone has a vision, you can see, you can watch a video. But smartphone cannot smell, cannot taste. Okay, why? All the senses require receptors. This receptor was discovered 50 years ago. This also discovered 60 years ago. This one, the touch receptor, just won a Nobel Prize 2 weeks ago. Okay, 2 weeks ago, won a Nobel Prize. So this receptor, even though receptor is known for smell and taste because they're membrane proteins, they're very difficult, almost impossible to produce and to produce in scale to design new devices. So with our design water-soluble receptors, we're now interested, at least interest can start to design, to think about that, how to do it. And we take the protein out and then make water-soluble analogs and make an antibody looking like antibody similar structures and bind to this kind of two-dimensional crystal protein on the surface here. And this protein can bind with this receptor directly with coupling. Now, this one has very high density, about 1 trillion receptor per square centimeter. Think about just your thumb. Your thumb, you would have 1 trillion receptor on it. So extremely high density. So now you can take this to design new electronic device. That's Professor Qin Rui would do in Shanghai Jiao Tong University. And eventually you can design into a new device, incorporate the new technology. The key for this is high density on the cell surface. Here is showing EM picture. This again also EM. It shows the low resolution, the high resolution. This is a two-dimensional crystal called acellular protein. Acellular protein, every here it's about 13 nanometer distance. It becomes a crystal. You can have extremely high density on the cell surface, on the surface of chips, so on. So that's why what we designed this together with people at MIT and physics, and then design this new functionality or sensing device. I can see this is called one UniCell, like 8 receptors on the one UniCell, 13 nanometers, and that's why about 1 trillion per square centimeter. And the GPCR that we're working on, and also involved in cancer. So we want to now use the GPCR as an antigen to make monoclonal antibodies to treat cancer disease, especially cancer metastasis disease. And so here is opportunities for therapeutic antibody direct at G protein coupled receptors. Because we make protein now G protein coupled receptors, become water-soluble version, now we can do this kind of work. Otherwise, it's impossible. So people often ask, your research, your curiosity-driven research, what could be useful? Well, we just show you some example what could be useful. The more could be useful. The QTY code will likely have significant implications for design water-insoluble protein, not only for GPCR and other membrane proteins, but also for many other water-insoluble aggregate proteins, and including beta amyloid proteins from the Alzheimer's, alpha-synuclein in Parkinson's disease, other amyloid polypeptides, beta-2 microglobulin, methylene, and so on and so forth, a therapeutic monoclonal antibody. So you can see this become a tool instead of computer algorithm. A new algorithm you can use the many places, yeah, for protein design. And here is the final slide. And Alex, my mentor, Alex Rich, said it's important to know what to do. He said it is equally important to know what not to do and to select a good project and complete it in a reasonable amount of time and be persistent. Persistent is luck. Before I work on the QTY code, I was working on self-assembling peptides. I invented a field called the self-assembling peptides. And if you go Google type of self-assembling peptide, you can find my name on it. But I have decided to switch to something totally different. And that switch, that's Alex Rich said, it's important to know what to do. It's equally important to know what not to do. In Chinese, 我们经常讲叫做拿得起放得下 right? 很多人可以拿得起，但是放不下，也有人也拿不起。所以 in science, you need to 拿得起也能放得下。So I found the shop with the self-assembling peptide field completely, work on something totally new. Thank you very much. Okay. Now I have time to answer questions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zhang, for the wonderful talk. This lecture is now for the questions. There is one question from the audience. Chunyu Liu asked if the charge also, didn't change with the QTY replacement. And
that's
besides,
right.
Besides with the similar structure.
Yes, the charge, as I showed, the PI did not change. PI changed 0.1 pH unit or 0.02% pH unit. Essentially did not change because all the amino acids were selected have no charge change at all. It's glutamine and tyrosine and spirulina. We deliberately did not select glutamate and aspartate or lysine and arginine. Those who have a charge have a changes surface charge of protein. And we selected glutamine as a Q and will not have any change. Very good question, indeed. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Zhang, for the amazing work and outstanding progress in, protein or peptides. In my opinion, you're one of the pioneers in designing these short peptides. So, and you, from your talk, you did make hydrophobic alpha helicase to hydrophobic or to hydrophilic. So could you, give some advice on how, not only just chemically, is there a way physically we can make a hydrophobic protein hydrophilic?
The key is understanding basic science. I'll try to show you. This is the key here. Okay. If you look at the two amino acids here, and then look identical. Okay. If you look like those three, they're nearly identical. And even this one is very similar to those two. So that is key. Understand that people say devil is in details or God is details. So detail matters a lot. That's one thing. Understand something, you must know all the nitty-gritty and the detail, atomic resolution of amino acids, the building blocks. The other key is this structure right here, and it shows the 3 different alpha helices then have identical structure. Okay, that is another key. Let's go back to my first slide right here. The slide shows the hemoglobin is alpha helix, and this is GPCR membrane protein, water insoluble, also alpha helix. This alpha helix are exactly the same. Okay, this is the structure is 1.5 angstrom per rise, 100 degree per turn, 3.6 amino acids, 3.60 degrees, 5.4 angstrom per turn. So the same. So that is the key observation. Nature already made this, and which I extended further. So this insight allowed me to design protein in such a way. Not only we're now doing, if you tell people you make a protein, change a protein by 1%, people believe you, protein still retain function. If you tell people you change protein by 5%, and 50% would not believe you. If you tell people you change protein by 20%, protein is still functional, people saying you must be crazy, right? But not the crazy people have a transformed phenomena. Give you an example of what happened to MIT in 1980. There's a young man, 20-some years old, his name is Danny Healis. 1980s, it's personal computers. This computer has CPU unit, this computer has CPU unit. This 20-some years old undergraduate student, he said, I want to put 2 CPU in one box. 2 CPU in one box, right? Was counted crazy. All the professors was against it. All the experts said, no, you cannot. One computer, the CPU is the brain. One computer must have one brain, not 2, otherwise get crazy. So he said, no, yes, I can. I put 2 CPU in one box. I just write a software, write a program, and then allow them to communicate. That's what they did. Once you have a 2 in one box, why not 4? Why not 8? Why not 16? Why not 1 million? That's how today's supercomputer come from that idea, put 2 CPU in one box. Okay, so here nature already made the alpha helices proteins. Hemoglobin, it's 80% alpha helix. So GPCR, it was 50 to 70% alpha helix. So why is water soluble? Why is water insoluble? Why and how? You have to ask the questions, right? So this question comes from this figure. Yeah, that's how we made it. So my work has been reproduced by other people and in Japan and Taiwan. So and more and more people will work on this. Yeah. Good
Thank
question.
you.
Good question.
Dr. Zhang, this is Jingbo Liu. Thank you
Okay.
so much for your beautiful talk. 2 questions for you.
Sure.
The first one, how big is the QTY assembly limit?
How big is the QTY assembly limit? So far, there's no limit. We have recently QTY, the protein is about 1,000 amino acids.
Oh,
So that's pretty big, right?
thank you.
Yeah,
The second question is more like a spiritual. What's your driving force to change your research significantly?
Wow, that's a very good question. Essentially, it's ask questions. Remember, I wrote in this one of the slides here, and I think I missed this slide. It's Francis Crick. He said, you should always ask questions. The bigger, the better. If you ask big questions, you get bigger answers, right? So Crick asked big questions, What is a gene? Why the parents, the children look like parents? Why horse produce horse? The cow produce cow? Those kind of questions he asked. Eventually he found the gene. The gene is not alone, cannot say anything. It's a structure. It's a structure. Structure is the key. So I focus on answer the detailed questions in nature. What the nature has produced something, and we try to understand at the molecular level, not a superficial level, but going down to details, understand. That's why I focus on this kind of thing. Yeah, these people have known amino acids for 100 years. This figure has been around for probably 40 years. It's for teaching, it's for classroom teaching, but people didn't answer the question. So how to do innovative research, new research, is ask questions. Just for example, this year's Nobel Prize, David Julius, people have been test hot pepper, right? And Mexican pepper, Sichuan pepper, Hunan pepper, right? Very hot, have been eaten for 1,000 years. Nobody asked the question, what is receptor on it? Why, right? So what receptor makes it hot? Turned out that receptor he studied not only found the receptor for the testing hot, it's also for testing this pain. Now we can design a new medicine for treating pain without opiate, those kind of stuff. Total new class of painkillers will be useful, but studying hot pepper, chili pepper, yeah? So the same thing, another guy won the Nobel Prize, second one in medicine, he studied the touch, that touch. We have been shaking hands for how many years? Hugs, and right? And put the feet on the ground. And how many 100,000 years human being, but nobody asked, what is receptor doing this? And this man, he finally discovered 72 receptors, 72 genes, 72 genes. Maybe one of them is something to do with receptor. His postdocs analyzed the 72 genes, 71 failures, 71. The last one succeeded, and it was the receptor I'm looking for. Imagine most people have quit at 30 or 50 or 60. This postdoc did not quit. Analyzed 71 failures, 72 succeeded. So this kind of thing, if I say persistent is a luck, okay? It's not how smart, you're not smart, you're so smart. No, persistent is luck. So that's this year's Nobel Prize. Yeah, and this I think maybe we have heard Dowdy the sheep, right? The guy that cloned Dowdy in Scotland, cloned numerous failures, made failures. The day he published a paper on the cover of Nature, the same day he got a notice his grant was not funded. His grant was not funded. The same day Nature paper come out. See, but he also failed so many times, but eventually succeeded. So why took me 7 years to succeed the QTY code? 中国人讲10年磨一剑 right? 是中国人讲的。现在 most researchers today have no patience, and they only want to publish a paper, and then work a little bit. You want to publish a paper, you can only publish a paper without much impact. Any impact paper need to understand the details. Not somehow it works, but how is the science. Okay, so really need understand science is how it worked, not somehow it worked. So that's persistence is luck. That's why my mentor advice to me, I'm now also advice to the younger scientist. Okay.
Dr. Zhang, this is Xiping. I'm really excited about your talk. And I think you give me a new class regarding how this amino acid changes the structure, how important the amino acid is going to change the structure. Actually, it's some of the very key one. It's actually very, very important. So I have a question regarding the functional changes of the after the change of QTY. So have you ever done at cellular level that how the pharmacology or functional changes will be affected by this modulation, even the structure maintained very similar?
We have published now 5 papers and show if it changes partially, it can this function still retained. For example, the receptor still can carry out cell signaling. And but if you change all of them, the receptor cannot go inside the cell membrane, so it loses cell signaling capabilities. However, ligand binding only is outside the cell, not the inside, not the transmembrane, not the intracellular loop, but ligand binding area is like my finger. My finger tip part, the tip part, that is matters. This part is less important. Yeah, the tip, we did not change anything on the tip. So that the tip is remained. Okay, that's why even though it become changing from hydrophobic to hydrophilic, but we didn't change the tip. It still works. Yeah, and furthermore, and I explained to you with the globe, it's a hydrophobic, hydrophilic. We didn't change the protein structure. That's the key. So that's what I showed you the example. Then kind here it is, right? You can see, oops, and you can see then kind of fuse, superimpose very well, right? So that's is another indication. This example shows how closely then in superimpose suggests the structure did not change, and we have now done all the GPCRs converted into QTY form in the database, every single one, and has superimposed all of them. This it's remarkable that did not change very much. Yeah.
Okay.
So the structure is function structure relationship. You don't change the structure, the function could also be maintained. Here again, we demonstrated that.
Okay, and then only not touching the typical binding domain, or say very.
That's right.
Okay.
We didn't touch it, that binding domain at all. Yeah.
Okay. And one more question is that when you change the hydrophobicity or hydrophilicity in that, some of the ion channels, are those alpha helix, right? So when you change those particular amino acids and maybe change the hydrophobicity, how is going to change the ion channel conductivity?
We don't work on ion channel. We believe this QTY code is not applicable to ion channels. Exactly what you just said. So we're not working on channels.
Okay, that's good. The last question, I'm very curious about. Yeah. So can you elaborate a little bit more how advantage of this hydrophilic GPCR related antibodies will be more kind of benefit versus the traditional antibodies that you mentioned?
The GPCR on this one on the screen, on the green one, you isolate it, you did the detergent to isolate them. And once you have detergent, a lot of antibody, the protein is buried in the detergent. Then exposed, only part of them can be used as antigen to stimulate antibody production. But here on the right, on the left, the water-soluble version exposed completely and then can stimulate the production.
Okay. Yeah. So I think it's probably beneficial in terms of CMC, probably manufacturing, like the formulation. We probably can make more kind of hydrophilic. Okay, I understand right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you for inviting me. Hanting, thank you for inviting me.
Thank you for that wonderful talk.
Good. All right. So now
one more last question. I think the people are also interested. What will be your next big goal in the 5 years or 10 years?
Well, we just
Nobel Prize.
we just discovered this QTY code. I will spend next 20 years to work on it.
Good.
To work on the details, how we expand not only alpha helix, but also beta sheets and many other structures, right? We so far have only about to work on 1,000 proteins. We want to work with 1,000 different proteins. That's the goal. No, I will for next 20 years, we'll be working on this only. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Great.
Very inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank
Good.
Thank you, Dr. Shu Guangzhang, for your inspiring speech today. We are honored to name you as the recipient of the CAST USA Science and Innovation Award. I will pass the mic to our co-chairs, Dr. Liao Hong and Dr. Hanting Zhang.
Sorry, come here to see this.
Yeah, due to the great contributions from Dr. Shu Guangzhang to the scientific innovation, the CAST USA is awarding you the CAST USA Science and Innovation Award. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm honored and humbled to receive this award.
Yeah, you receive the trophy pretty soon. It's on the way.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Truly honored,
Thank you.
especially to see who the people who win the award previously. Xie Xiaoliang, Zhuang Xiaowei, those are amazing people as amazing
Yeah.
scientists. Yeah.
That's true.
Honored to
Thank you.
share- I'm
You're-
honored to share with them. Yeah.
You're well deserved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Dr. Shu Guangzhang, and we really appreciate your great contribution. Today, we also have Ms. Guang Aihong from All China Federation of Returned Overseas Chinese Qingdao office, sending her best wishes to us. 今天呢，青岛侨联书记广爱红女士也为我们今晚的会议呢送来了致辞。Please allow me to invite Dr. Hanting Zhang to give us an introduction.
Thank you. Ms. Aihong Guan, Guan Aihong in Chinese, is the president of Qingdao Overseas Chinese Affairs Federation. 管爱红女士是现任青岛市侨联党组书记、山东省政协委员、青岛市政协常委。她给我们送来了热情洋溢的讲话。Miss Guan, please.
尊敬的各位嘉宾、华侨华人朋友们，大家好！金秋十月，丹桂飘香，在这收获的季节里，2021旅美科技协会全球创新峰会隆重开幕了。在此，我谨代表青岛市侨联向峰会的召开表示热烈的祝贺，向各位嘉宾，并通过大家向在美华裔专业人士致以诚挚的问候。旅美科技协会自成立以来，始终坚持以提升在美华裔专业人士间的合作交流，弘扬中国传统文化，促进中美两国人民相互了解和友好往来为宗旨，开展经常性学术研讨活动，有效促进了中美之间科技人才的交流和科技的发展，团结凝聚了在美华侨华人力量，为推动中美两国多领域交流合作做出了重要贡献。青岛是中国沿海重要中心城市，是品牌之都，著名海洋科技城市，世界电影之都，世界帆船之都。当前，青岛正在积极践行新发展理念，加快推进上河示范区、山东自贸区、青岛片区建设，创建全球海洋中心城市，全面建设经济社会高质量发展和更高水平对外开放的国际化大都市，这都为广大的海外人才提供了 广阔的舞台和难得的机遇。青岛市侨联作为党和政府联系广大归侨侨眷和海外侨胞的桥梁和纽带，积极履行服务经济发展、拓展海外联谊、弘扬中华文化、参与社会建设等职能，着力打造为侨服务平台，努力建设侨胞信赖的团结之家、奋斗之家、温暖之家。今年6月份，旅美科技协会专门在青岛设立了办事处，并与青岛市侨联签署了友好合作协议。我们希望双方进一步加强交流互动，实现优势互补，不断深化合作，共同为促进中美两国科技文化交流牵线搭桥。同时，也诚挚地欢迎旅美科技协会的各位会员来青岛参观考察、旅游度假、投资兴业。青岛市侨联将努力打造真情为侨服务品牌，做好全程服务、延伸服务。最后，预祝本次峰会圆满成功，谢谢大家。
Our next keynote speaker of the day is Daniel Haiming Chang. His topic today is entrepreneurship leading to self-improvement and self-recognition. 接下来呢是张海明博士，今天他会给大家讲一讲创业是人生的自我认识和修炼。Please allow me to introduce Dr. Haigang Chen to give us an introduction to the speaker.
Thank you. My name is Haigang. I'm from San Diego. It's my great honor to introduce next speaker, the winner of 2021 CAST USA Outstanding Enterprise Leadership Award, Mr. Daniel Chan. Since Mr. Chan prefers to deliver the speech in Chinese, I'll also introduce him in Chinese. 张海明先生先后在中国华南理工大学和美国南加州大学攻读化学工程和材料科学，后任职于北美飞利浦元件中心实验室研究科学家，日本京瓷国际资深研发工程师，一直晋升到技术管理职位至下海创业。张海明领导发明数个技术生产平台，颠覆了全球表面贴装电路保护行业。如今，他创立的 AEM 公司拥有全球高终端应用市场压倒性占有率。其 Solid Matrix 产品更成为了行业技术、质量和成本的新标准。张海明创立和领导的 AEM 公司每年出货10数亿颗产品，应用领域从航天卫星到海上船艇，从电动汽车到通信设备，从电视屏幕到家用电器。随着全球知名品牌产品走进千家万户，造福现代社会每一个家庭。张海明团队创立的 AEM 公司3次荣登 INC 500美国私营企业成长500强，获得美国总统专函表彰。1995年，张海明荣获提名为美国圣地亚哥市高科技工业年度风云企业家，同年获得中国政府首届颁发给杰出海外学人的展望奖。张海明还担任美国圣地亚哥市政府科学技术委员会委员，美国技术协会和世界贸易中心合作的中国制造圆桌会议主席。2009年获中国首届华人华侨专业人士杰出创业奖，并且在苏州经由市民公开投票海选张海明为苏州工业园区成立15年15人，是在自主创业、科技创新方面有突出成绩的海外留学人员的唯一代表。之后，园区文明公民评选为授予可爱的园区人称号。2013年， 张海明荣获苏州荣誉市民，是苏州给予外国友人的最高荣誉。张海明、蔡丽夫妇团队白手起家，创业经营35年，经历了从无到有、做强做大过程中的种种挑战和洗礼，凭实力建立起全球行业领先地位，成为表面贴膜保护芯片的世界品牌公司，创造出傲视同行的市值。最近，张海明家族将事业发展交办给一家著名美国私募资本公司，从经营一线退下，担任集团董事长，辅助公司继续成长。那接下来，让我们以热烈的掌声欢迎张海明先生给大家演讲。
好，大家好，我是张海明，是1977年不是考大学吗？我是1978年考上的中国第一届研究生。那么因为呢我们这一代人呢经历比较丰富，不是从学校到学校，那么我们曾经去过工厂，当过学徒，做过师傅，做过工段长。那么然后呢我又非常荣幸的拿到了南加州大学，也就是 University of Southern California 的奖助学金来念博士学位。那所以呢我就来到了洛杉矶这个地方。那么在念书期间我非常感谢我的老师。那么从我的启蒙的小学老师孔晓玲老师，从我自己的父母叶普雄教授、张启忠教授，他们对我的培养，那么使到我找到了人生的方向。基于当时这个国内的这个情况呢，我们很希望能够学物理学，因为我们都知道杨振宁丁肇中，我们都希望能够努力学习，去获得诺贝尔奖金。可是呢并不是人人都像我们前面讲的几位教授这么荣幸可以进入到一个世界最佳的这个研究中心，比如 MIT 去做研究。那么所以呢我的老师呢也是我的导师杨家志、王天吉教授，以及在南加州大学的 Dr. Kroger， 他认为我们这种人最适宜的就是干嘛呢？就是尽快的到工业界去，把我们全方位的经验把它糅合在一起，创造一家这个自己的公司。那么创造一个自己的公司，一个科技的公司，跟做一个教授是很不一样的。由于我是中国第一届考上的研究生，我的同学全是教授包括在 MIT。那么我为什么不去选择做这个呢？是因为呢我必须要扬长避短，才能够活出最佳的人生。那么如何可以扬长避短？那我认为呢，就是说我们需要去做一些事情，那是从小到大的积累，而把自己的这些积累集中起来，发挥到淋漓尽致。那么好，刚才我们的曙光教授讲到一些问题，他其实做的东西我也在做，但是不是做到这个层面。那么大学的老师、教授、研究的科学家，他们主要就是将做一些新的东西，对人类社会能够有更大的帮助的东西。那我作为一个工程师呢，我是将这些的道理把它精细化，做成一个产品。那么在英语来讲，它叫 commercialization。commercialization 就是说用一些已经证实的科学理论，如何在最快的速度能够把它变成一个非常实用的产品。比如你们看到的刚才讲到的 iPhone 12 iMac 都是我的公司有主要的 contribution。 那么那在这个过程当中，我们牵涉的内容呢跟学校的教授呢就很不一样了。学校的教授呢 的做法是要干嘛呢？就需要标新立异，做一个东西对社会有很大的贡献，它完全是新的。曙光教授还甚至讲，就是说有很多人做了一点点就马上去发表文章了。那么但是呢，我作为一个工程师，我作为一个科技的制造业公司，我就需要有成千上万，而不是成千上万，现在是20亿，每一年有15到20亿的产品在社会上使用，从天上的卫星到地下的这个电动汽车，从这个火箭一直到我们的 iPad， 那都可以有一个是坏的。那么因此我们做的方向很不一样，就不单只是做整个工程类型，比如你做一个 iPhone， 你的工程类型呢就有干嘛呢？就里边有芯片，那我是做保护芯片，保护芯片有材料，有制造这个材料的工艺，还有生产这种 integrated circuit 的 specialty equipment， 最后还有这个 computer simulation 跟 design。 就我们作为工程师，一个科技的制造业，就需要这所有的东西全都要在一个公司里边完成。那么我在南加大，我是学半导体，半导体的公司比较复杂，所以呢，它材料呢是由晶圆公司来制造，那么工艺呢跟设备是 Applied Material 这种公司定义的，然后台积电是干嘛呢？是生产工厂来的。那么有无数的 fabless 的公司在为这些芯片来做设计，而在我这个 small area 的话呢，所有这些都在我本身这个 AEM 公司里完成。那我非常荣幸呢，在我的一生当中，有一批很相信我而跟随我一起做的工程师，他们包括中国的清华大学的周院士，他也是我们其中一个工程师。那么他是一个非常 outstanding 的工程师，所以才变成中国的院士。那中国深圳还有很多工程师也在我们公司做过事。那么因为我们这种 vision， 也因为我们这个团队的合作，那我们怎么做？我们并没有像我们隔壁的公司叫 Qualcomm 这样去做。Qualcomm 是什么公司呢？就是为手机来生产芯片 chipset 的公司。反过来，我们不去做主芯片，而是做次芯片。那么我们退下来做什么芯片呢？那芯片里边就有一种叫保护芯片。保护芯片是保护什么？保护过载电流、过载电压、过热、噪音等等。那么我们在这个领域里边，那么来创业，这个使到呢，我们最精英的团队呢，能够集结到一个必须要用的元器件，而这个市场或者这个竞争却是非常弱的。那么因此我们的团队进去以后呢，就很快的颠覆了以前爱迪生做导显示概念，用芯片技术就可以做到。这个技术做出来呢，比起普普通通的你们看得到的玻璃管、陶瓷管、导显示要好100倍、1000倍，甚至更多，而成本呢却是1/1或者更少。这么一弄的话呢，就使到我们这个产品呢，就在很快的速度上就迅速的占领了全球市场。在大约20年左右，我们就变成了一个标准，就是说你不用 solid metal， 你不用 air metal 这些产品，你就等于没有用最好的产品。这就是我这个创业的一些心得。那么其实创业当中，它是一个蛮复杂的事情。创业呢，它还不是说我就是一条道路走到底，哪一天我要改方向了，那我就是很勇敢了。那么其实不是，在我们的创业当中，1个月知道要做什么，3个月看完所有的 literature，6个月 你必须要做完实验证实一些方向要不要做。1年之中你没有一些好结果，你根本就没有活的机会，根本就没有活的机会。所以我们呢，其实也跟大学老师差不多了，我们也是探索新的，可是他们探索的东西，就像我同学吧，他们探索的东西呢是更为前沿，我们探索的东西就是一方面需要前沿，一方面需要跟什么，就跟 commercialization 能够接地气。如果我这个东西等出来10年都不能够落地的，那我这个团队怎么办呢？创业的过程当中令我有一个很好的机会，从一个科学家或者说一个工程师，你做出了好产品，你去做什么呢？你必须要去卖嘛，你卖不出去，你的产品就是坏产品。不像我在学校教书，我在学校教书，我说了，学生听了，你没考好得C是吧？你要得 D 你开除，你要得 A 你是好学生。我不是，我有21个客户，每一年他都要给我一个评定，不是说我说我好就行，我有21个 chip 在15个 chip 在客户手里，任何一个说我坏，我就是坏人你看这是一个难度嘛。那么所以呢，你就要方方面面全部要做得非常好。那非常好是什么过程？其实是一个人生的自我的认识跟修炼的过程。那很多人在讲说，我为什么半导体就可以做的那么consistency 就是一致性那么好呢？离散性那么低呢？那为什么多晶体做的东西离散性就那么高呢？那如何能够用多晶体的东西生产出类似单晶体的产品，而又达到了单晶体类似的性能？那你不是很便宜了吗？又好又便宜了吗？那就是我们在做的一些事情。那我觉得我们这种事情呢是很有趣那么我呢为什么要选择创业？就是呢，我跟刚才前面几位教授呢走的路程也很接近，就是从学校一直是吧，从中学到华南理工大学，又到清华大学，后来又到南加州大学，然后我完全可以读完一个学位，然后在学校做一个老师或者做研究科学家。那么为什么我没有做？因为我想人的人生不能够活出1维，必须要活出3维甚至 N 维，就是说在很多个方位你完完全全的去展现你的才华，那就是我选择我创业的主要原因。它并不是说我创业的时候，我想到我今天 X 的时候就值多少亿，做个10亿，不是，我没想过这个问题。我是想一个场所，这个场所让我能够全方位的变自己。这就是说这里说就是做一个全方位的自由搏击。这种自由搏击它必须是有规范的，它是依法依理依情做好。任何一个你创业当中的动作，你的成交，你的任何事情都可以展现给公众，在显微镜底下看，这才叫赢呢。要不足球是手丢进去的，那么那个射那个12码球，那是因为守门员自己摔倒了，那算什么了不起，对不对？所以我觉得创业很有意思。那么创业是一个人对能够活成全方位的自己的一个非常好的一个选择。那我在这里讲到这里呢，我就必须要感谢我的老师，因为我的老师呢，他看出了 beyond 我的工程学、物理学的能力。我的老师都不跟我说，我在中国的老师跟我学海明，你不要跟我学，因为你在这里在我身上是学不到更多的东西的。你要去美国，你要去美国好的学校学更加前沿的东西，而不是当时我是学胶凝材料，你要学这个材料科学，你要学这个缺陷化学，你要去做一些更有意义的事情。 那么你要去，你不要理我，我很感动，我非常感动。因为一个老师他敢说你不要跟我学了，你去走吧，你去学更多的东西，我很感激他。我到了南加州大学，我得了全奖。那么当然我也很幸运啊。那么我的导师你们很熟悉的肖拓基、法兰蒂缺陷、波格图形，我的老师是波格有750个研究生。那么他跑到我这里来说海明，你在这里还读什么读啊？那我说不是要读博士吗？他说读什么博士啊？你同学不是读博士吗？你爸爸妈妈不是都教授吗？那不要读了。那我就觉得很失望啊！我说老师瞧不起我啊？不是，他说你从想一个东西到做出来，就连机器的车前报喜全懂。你可以把一个实验室建起来，你可以把那么多的博士生中想做的东西，你都把它变成现实。那他认为我不应该继续做，应该立即跑到工业界去。哪一天你就会拥有你自己的飞利浦。那我真的就去飞利浦。好，那我选择了创业，我选择了做自己。那么我觉得从现在我也选择了退休。那么在这关当中，我来回顾一下，作为工程师，最后变成了一个科技企业的拥有者。那我得到的东西绝对是 beyond 我的财富。那么今天我非常感谢科协让我在这里与大家分享我的这个创业的心得。那么我创业的心得其实就是做一个完全我的自己。那么同时呢，我每天的学习，把学习变成了一个生活的一部分，也就是终身学习。在学习的过程当中，与我的工程师们，与我的同学、我的工程师一起来做 Better Things for Better Life。那么直到今天呢，我们离开或者说暂时不在一线，我们依然得到全世界同业，包括我竞争对手的尊重。那么在这个时刻呢，我能够收到这个科协对我的肯定，我感到非常的荣幸。因为科协呢是一个工程师为主的组织。事实上在1992年科协成立之后呢，我跟我的朋友们在圣地亚哥也成立了一个叫 US China Entrepreneur Association， 叫 UEA。那现在呢跟 local 的科协，也就是旅美科协圣地亚哥的分会呢一起办成了叫做 UCEA 创业沙龙。这个沙龙呢以及 UCEA 前后有400个人参加过，有100个人创业，成功率达到20%几。当我在2001年到中国第2次创业的时候，大概有100个公司跟着我去在美国，那么成功率也非常高。为什么？正如我们刚才要有学术讨论一样，创业它也要有交流。我们在不断的交流、理解、支持和扶持当中，我们成功率非常高，高到在国内呢一度讲成叫圣地亚哥现象。那我恭喜这些创业成功的人，无论是在中国还是在美国，我也很乐意的去把我自己创业遇到的经验或者教训与大家分享。所以呢，在圣地亚哥呢，我们每个礼拜6的下午都在分享。那么目的就是什么？目的就是让更多的工程师能够做自己，能够为世界做更多的事情。谢谢大家。你们有什么问题也可以向我提出来。
好的，非常感谢张海明先生哈。大家如果有什么问题可以通过那个 Q&A box 递交哈。 张海明先生，我先提一个问题吧。我知道您也是一直是我们旅美科协的老朋友，一直鼓励一些年轻的科技工作者们能够走出去创业。就是从您的这个经历来讲，你觉得这个科技工作者怎么样去走出创业的这第一步？是具备什么样的条件之后可以去做这个第一步的这个创业？因为走出第一步是最困难的。
陈博士，谢谢。这个的 topic 我曾经在别的地方分享时候讲过，就是说创业它本身因为是一个全方位的自由搏击，那也就是说，并不是所有的人都非常适合去创业。这个就是说，我们每一个人有选择自己扬长避短的事情，那么我们未必会做成一个就是比如说7项全能冠军。那创业的人他本身需要有一个综合因素，那我觉得我这综合因素很强，特别是文科甚至比理工科还强。那么如果说自己没有全方位这种素质的话，我建议呢，新一代的年轻的创业者，你们应该 team up 在一起，在一个团队。那么比如当时我第一次获得中国的创业方面奖的时候，吴英他是第1名，我第2名，李彦宏第3名啊。那我就跟他们谈呢，他们都是有团队的，他不像我的公司，我的公司也有团队，但是没有像我这么突出一个人什么都懂一些了啊。那么我建议大家有团队，第二有 VC 的支持，有一个严谨的 business plan， 那么然后才去做。那么另外一个事情我要补充一下，就是你要创业的成功的人，他做雇员的时候必然是公司栋梁，如果不是那就不行。好，回去给海刚。
好的，谢谢。有人提问，关于在美国创业还是回中国创业，您有什么建议？
好的，我在大学的时候是一个足球运动员，我是守门员。我记得我是念了1978年研究生才退出这个校队的守门员。那么我最后一场守门呢是被前锋把我的肋骨踢断。在美国创业跟中国创业很不一样，就像打足球一样，在美国创业是在标准的非常严格的规范之下，你面对的对手全都是强手。比如我刚刚开始创业的时候 ，AEM 叫 American Electronic Material， 我的对手就是杜邦公司、飞龙公司，那全是财富500强。那么可是如果同样的公司去到中国或者台湾去创业的话，我的对手就不是这些公司，这是第一点。第二点不同的话呢，美国创业呢门槛比较高，你如果说把材料做好了要卖给某个公司，那你的对手就是杜邦公司，那你要说服人家买你的而不买杜邦公司的是非常困难。但是你回到中国就可以，因为杜邦公司没那么强。那么还有第3点呢，就是说美国这边是老牌资本主义，它什么都有法理法规法，这个东西都很严格的。你回到中国就有点像我们广东对乌拉圭打一样，人家就是先撞你再打球，那么在美国你想撞人已经给人吹哨了啊，马上黄牌警告，红牌滚出去。那所以呢，我不瞒你说，我在美国创业成功花的时间恰好比中国多了1倍。那么我呢曾经在网上讲过，就是说中国确实给了很多的机会，让很多的公司，包括美国已经很成功的公司2次创业。有人在这里问我说什么波音公司、苹果公司，你想得到的大牌大部分都用我的产品的，法宝是什么？没啥。像曙光教授刚才前面讲的一公教授，我的东西就好的不得了，好到你不用都不行，就这么简单。这就是我做工程师我要做到的。有一句话中国人说文无第一， 5呢是没有第2的。你如果比如是波音公司，你苹果公司，我的对手跟我的产品拼，我们有指标的嘛，硬指标就是比你好啊，好100倍，一般1000倍。你傻瓜做的工程师在苹果在波音不用我产品，而且今天它不是说只是波音苹果，而是全世界任何一线品牌，绝大多数都是用我们产品，而是10几20几颗，一个 devices 可能就一个。
好的，还有一个问题，有观众对这个加入UCEA 就是科商会有兴趣问怎么能够加入这个 UCEA。
好，我们的圣地亚哥的这个会长叫 Vicky 啊，那么也在这里。那么如果或者海刚，那么你们想加入的话呢，到时候你就导过来，我们专门搞一个群。以前我是微信里面有一个群，我是一个 UCEA 创业沙龙的群主，但是我们的讨论太活跃了，活跃到人家微信 detect 出来我们的活跃度不高，干脆把我那个群主都给干掉。对，我现在没有办法平台跟你们讨论。那么我们想想看看怎么样来讨论，因为我觉得创业这个东西完全不涉及到任何政治内容。那么国内中国也需要，美国也需要，哪怕是今天是日本也需要。那么如果你们跟旅美科协圣地亚哥联系的话，那么我们想办法看什么样的平台把你们拉进。
好的，还有人问请问张先生在起步和低潮是如何度过的？能否举例说明？我想这个问题是说在创业过程当中肯定会遇到各种各样的挑战，有这个低潮期、低谷期能不能举例跟大家说明一下？
好的，那个关于我的那些高潮低潮呢，其实很多报刊都有采访过，包括人民日报啊。那么只要你打进去 search 的话，用张海明，工长张大海的海，明天的明，然后 AEM， 那么就会出来很多文章。那么我跟你们讲一讲个大概。那我呢是一个工程师，我以前对财务是不懂的，完全不懂，所以我以为呢，我出来开一个公司，比如我拿个3万块钱出来开公司，我就可以创业成功了。结果我幼稚了。那我现在总结起来叫做无知才会无畏。如果我一开始就知道要花300万美元、30万美元，那么我就不敢出来了，不敢下海了。那么所以呢，我在创业从完全不赚钱，一直投钱进去，到赚到第一个1块钱，用了4年时间，算很慢。那么中间有3次资金链断裂。资金链断裂是什么意思呢？就是说明天你要关门。那么非常 lucky 的就是说，我的家人非常支持我，我的太太叫蔡丽，然后她支持我全力打工。然后我的妈妈到motel里面去做清洁工，原来她大学教授啊。那我的父亲也去带小孩，然后我们全家都支持我。那么使我就觉得一定要做起来。那么也有人呢，他说 Daniel， 你这个人很好，我相信你这个人愿意去借钱还钱，但是我不相信你会成功，创业成功。他们把钱借给我们，我们就把房子、汽车甚至信用卡全部抵押完毕。那么这就是我最痛苦的时候，我的公司的35年有3次资金链断裂。那么都幸好，因为有朋友、家人的支持，才能走到今天这一步。那么至于其他的呢，很多在网上文章也有写。那么如果你们参加我们的分享讨论的话，也可以在那个时候随时问我这个问题因为这种叫忆苦思甜反正都讲实话，我用不着准备。
有听众问说，您的那个真知灼见应该用文字记录下来，让更多的人受益哈。请问您有没有写书出书的打算和计划？
我呢没有以前是没有想过要写书出书，因为我自己的成就的 scope 比起李彦宏也不算少。那么那你说比起我同学谢明他也不算少。那么但是呢，因为我呢很喜欢文科，那么特别喜欢哲学，那所以我做的任何事情呢，我认为都会试图上升到理论或者半理论来解释。那么这是什么意思呢？就在我们的工程学上，我们也要提出假说，透过假说我们要设计实验，设计单元实验，要证明假说、扬弃假说或者修正假说变成数学模型。那么因此我认为创业不是很困难的，创业其实就是一个流程。当我在15年前我提出这个口号的时候，大家都觉得傻瓜才会这么说，创业本身是很困难的，一开始两三年就倒闭98%，然后再过几年又倒闭另外一个80%。那么可是过了10年左右，有一个 MIT 的 professor 还竟然写了一模一样的一本书，叫做《创业就是一个流程》。流程就是说你把流程里的东西都做好了，那你就创业成功了。那么为了实验我这个是不是真的，那我在圣地亚哥有20到30家公司，苏州跟深圳我也有 coaching 大概几十家公司，我们的成功率确实高。那么我认为呢，如果说仅仅是我的公司创业成功，那我就不值得写书。如果我的东西能够设立到电子元器件、电子材料、这个 IC 设计公司、生物制药公司，哪怕是那个4G 公司、网上销售公司，什么公司都可以得到的那种的哲学的道理，真的应该写出来。那么是怎么写？我们在我里边，就是因为我是一个完美主义，我太更厉害啊。那么我们不太愿意说什么随便讲给几个记者就乱写，我们很希望自己把那些东西都理顺。谢谢。就是如果能够写出来，我都写出来。Otherwise 的话，我正在每个星期都在做分享，而且我被邀请到 UCSD Brady School 南加州大学的Master School 以及这个 UCLA 的 Anderson 商学院去给这种 talk。那么如果到时候有的话，大家也欢迎参加。
海明先生，我也非常祝贺您公司在前不久被美国一家知名的这个私募公司购买了这个股份，成功的退出。您能不能分享一下在你成功退出之后，相当于你从这个创业的这个舞台上面是画上了一个圆满的句号。您今后有什么具体的打算？你希望能够做哪方面的一些事情？
海刚，我在年轻的时候，在大学我是学校的校队运动员，是田径运动员以及足球运动员。那么我非常喜欢运动，所以的话呢，我在圣地亚哥跟其他朋友一起组织了一个叫拉霍亚健行群。这个群里有100多个类似大家一样的这个博士、硕士、职业人士、医生、教授，那么我们一起每周2次锻炼身体。那这是我一直要坚持下去的一个事情。那第二个事情是，我的父母亲都是老师，那么我自己也曾经做过老师。那么我觉得，如果我一个人能够做好，那不算少。我希望能够在学校里边教书或者 coaching。那么我已经是苏州的唯一的创业导师，那么所以我 coaching 很多苏州公司。那么可是我现在不是 pandemic 我去不了，那么李开复也叫我去讲，但是我又不想老飞啊。那么我是认为我的创业它仅仅是我一个实验平台而已。有一次我跟你们讲一个真事啊，有一次我的对手是一个100年的老店，他把我跟我的副总裁一起邀请到他们那里去做一个交流。结果晚上他们在 CS Tower 的那个 CS Tower 的最顶 那以后租了一个整整包间，他们就在拿个红酒来干杯啊，说 Daniel 啊，张海明 Daniel， 那我想恭维一下你，说恭维什么？他说我们公司面对大湖走向世界100年从来没见过对手，我想恭维一下你们是第一次遇到的对手。我还跟他说，我不认为我这个世界上有任何公司个人是我对手。那么因为呢，我认为我的对手是我自己。如果我终身学习，每天刷新自己，我必然超越自己，同时走向世界前沿。那么这个人就说，哇，想不到。我说真的，如果我要是在中国不出国的话，我真的不会选择做保护芯片，我一定会做更大的事情。更大是多大就不知道了啊。那么这只是假设而已，因为我毕竟出国了。那我会做教学。那么其他还有什么还没想？不知道应该做什么。那我也有很多发明的 idea， 因为我曾经3次发明产品跟技术达到了世界级的水平，而且都是以10亿美元以上的那种经济价值。那么我也在想说，我们南加州老是烧火，那个电线那个弄两弄就是就把那个山火给弄着了，可不可以发明一个东西把熔断器给否定了呢？没想过这些。有没有想到说我们 Tesla 汽车撞了也不会着火的呢？这些其实都有一些 conceptually 的设计了。本来这些是我很想做，但是这些需要很多工程师。
好的，非常感谢海明先生哈。看看其他还有没有问题。如果没有的话呢，我们这个 session 就到这里结束。接下来是请那个峰会的共同主席廖宏先生给张海明先生颁奖。廖宏主席在吗？
廖宏可能是不是这回没在线？没关系，那我代表他一起吧，就颁奖嘛，给我们这个张海明先生啊，这个精彩的报告也在这个科技企业里面做出了这个世界领先的这个成果，也是我们这个很多年轻人创业的这个榜样。所以我们旅美科协这个给张海明先生颁发这个卓越企业领袖奖 CASA USA Outstanding Enterprise Leadership Award。 Congratulations。
谢谢大家，谢谢，非常荣幸。
好，感谢。然后我们这个对Xin please。
Thank you, Dr. Han Jingzhang. And coming next is our sponsor remarks. Please allow me to introduce our Dr. Jia Dai Wu. Dr. Wu, the stage is yours.
Jia Dai is not here. I think I will probably represent her to just show the speech from the RWD, our sponsorship. So I think Rui Wode, okay. This is we just really appreciate the support from RWD. I think this is just introduction from the company. They provided a video here, so let's.
Dear organizer, experts, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First of all, congratulations on the successful convening of the summit. RWD has always maintained close cooperation with US-based scientists. and returning scientists in life sciences, and is honored to support this conference. Contributing wits and power to enhance the quality of life has always been the vision of RWD. By providing competitive instruments, solutions, and services for academia, research, application of life science, RWD is fully committed to helping researchers to achieve success. Our products and solutions have been delivered to more than 100 countries and regions, helping more than 1,000 research institutions, 6,000 universities, and 700 hospitals to achieve success. In addition, RWD has helped global researchers to publish over 23,000 papers. Our products and solutions have fully covered the fields of neuroscience, immunology, lab animal research, cell and molecular biology, as well as diagnostics and veterinary medical. As a leading instrument and equipment provider in life science industry, RWD is actively carrying out joint innovation with our customers, hoping to become a powerful enabling platform for academia, research, application in life science. Based in Shenzhen, the innovation capital of China, RWD has focused on product R&D since 2002 and has become a leading provider of life science instrumentation in China over the past 19 years. The market share of our self-developed products like stereotaxy and animal anesthesia system ranks among the top in the global market. More than 10 new products are introduced every year. The name of RWD originated from the English word reward, which means to give back. RWD places great importance on giving back to society, including offering the scholarships, donations, and ecological conservation actions. In the future, we look forward to having broader and deeper collaboration with all the US-based scholars and return scholars to improve the life quality of human beings together. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this summit.
在我们今天接下来的欣赏表演之前呢，我想特别的邀请我们的获奖者Dr. Daniel 海明章来为大家说一下他的获奖感言。张海明博士，您在吗？
我在啊。刚才呢，就是我已经非常荣幸的跟大家讲了一段，那么我感到呢，就是非常荣幸能够得到这个科协的奖，这个是非常重的奖，那么也是坎库我作为一个工程师这一辈子的这个成绩，那么也是透过这个希望能够影响到更多的华人的工程师。或者美国人的工程师能够去创业，那实现更好的梦。谢谢大家。
谢谢。
非常感谢。I would like to take a moment to recognize and appreciate you all staying with us for hours. And I hope you had a great experience so far at this two-day Innovation Summit. Now, let's welcome Changfen Yang from the West Virginia Chinese Association to bring us a solo performance. Ms. Yang is the Minister of Arts and Culture of the West Virginia Chinese Association. She has been invited to sing at important cultural activities in multiple states. Let's enjoy The Blue Sky from Changfen Yang. beautiful song. Next is a beautiful dance performance from Pittsburgh Yanlai Dance School. Today, they will bring us the Oriental dance, the spirit of the water. Yanlai Wu is the owner of Yanlai Dance School. Miss Wu and her dance school are well recognized by local communities in the US. Let's welcome Yanlai Dance School. Wow, that was amazing, isn't it? Next is our award ceremony. We are going to recognize the CAST USA Youth Elite Award. Please allow me to introduce Dr. Vicky Huang to lead the award ceremony. Dr. Huang, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you, Xin. The YEA program is our CAST flagship program. This program is designed to encourage the younger generation of CAST members to achieve high academic performance, develop leadership skills, develop strong interest in science and engineering, and in community service. It also aims to enable them to achieve the greatest possible impact in our community. And this year, I'm very glad to announce we have 6 winners of 2021 CAST Youth Edit Award, and their name is Kenneth Wang, Catherine Ge, Susan Jiang, Sophia Chen, Benjamin Lee, Brina Wang. And now we have one outstanding student winner representative, Catherine Ge, share her experience in our CAST Youth Club. And please welcome Catherine Ge. So Catherine, you can start your sharing.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Catherine G. I'm honored and humbled to be speaking today, representing the student winners of the 2021 CAST Youth Lead Award. Thank you, CAST USA, for organizing the annual YEA and encouraging us to be the best version of ourselves. The Asian American youth is an extraordinary group. Their academic powerhouses pursue strong interests in STEM and become more and more actively involved in community service. CAST USA, as one of the largest Asian American professional organizations, not only helps adult professionals, but also puts huge effort into fostering younger generations. I'm lucky to participate in multiple events organized by CAST SD Youth Club, and I can confidently say that the wide aspect of events and opportunities CAST has provided has helped youths like me. CAST SD Youth Club has sponsored multiple local FTC robotics teams, one of which I was a part of, and holds STEM-related events in fields like digital media and science education. Recently in June, the Youth Club held a local math and computer science competition called CMAX, and over 90 students attended, and the top 10 were awarded prizes. Youth Club also encourages us to lead and participate in community service. At the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, CAST SD was among the top donors of PPE in San Diego. An active ongoing effort is the English tutoring program, which teaches spoken English to Chinese students of 2 elementary schools in the Shandong province. 66 United States tutors teach over 1,000 students in China, and these tutors have collectively taught over 700 hours. During classes, tutors and students build personal connections and exchange ideas of Chinese and American culture. As one of CAST's efforts has been to build a bridge between the United States and China, this Youth Club held program is a successful step in the right direction. In many of these STEM-related events, the youth receive technical guidance and moral support from adult members at CAST. It's an incredibly heartwarming sight. I'm positive that Youth Club members have learned so much from their elders and will go on to blossom in their professional careers. To the adults of CAST USA, you are all such amazing role models for us younger generations. I'm truly grateful to be surrounded by such kind, selfless people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Catherine. You are excellent. And you are the model of the young kids in CAST Youth Club. And we have these 6 winners. They have very good academic performance, but also they devote hundreds of hours in our community service. And now we expect more young students join our CAST Youth Club. Okay, and we will send back the stage to our to Xin Zhang.
Thank you, Dr. Huang and Catherine, and congratulations to all the recipients. Thank you all for your great work. Coming up is a solo by Jingyue Jiang. She has won the first prize of basic skills demonstration of music major in Shanghai Higher Education Institution and has participated in many vocal competitions abroad. Let's enjoy 在水一方 by 金月奖。 Wow, what a beautiful song and a perfect song for the night. Next, we are going to have a K-pop dance. Are you ready? Let's welcome Misty Fan, Singularity.
무언가 가시는 소리 난 문득 잠에서 낯설음 가득한 소리 귀를 막아보지만 잠에 들지 못해 목이 자꾸 아파와 감싸보려 하지마 나에겐 목소리가 없어 오늘도 그 소리를 들어 들리고 있어 그 소리가 이 얼어붙은 헛소에 또 금이 가
Thank you. Next, let's welcome Dr. Jialing Wang to introduce us to the Innovation and Entrepreneurship Awards. Dr. Wang, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Xin. Okay, so first, I would like to thank our competition judges, Mr. Bruce Coventry, Dr. Jeremy, and Dr. Jiwoo Yang. Thank you for your hard working. Also, our judges provided detailed comments to each project, which will be very beneficial to each presenter. So I will forward their feedback to our presenters later. Okay, so our third place winner of the competition is Dr. Jing Wenxu. His project title is Application of EGFR CAR-T on Lung Cancer. Congratulations, Dr. Xu. We have two second place winners. Dr. Jinbo Louis Liu. Her project title is Hydrogen Fuel Cell Energy System, Nanomaterials Development. Congratulations, Dr. Liu. And Mr. Johnson Wei Li Liu. His project title is No Fault Supply Chain Source System for Healthcare Industry Demo Agenda. Congratulations, Mr. Liu. Our first place winner is Dr. Lei Xu. Her project title is the AI Smart Insect Trap with the Internet of Things Integration System. Congratulations, Dr. Xu. Now I would like to invite Dr. Xu to say a few words. Dr. Xu.
Hi, this is Shelley Xu. It has been a great pleasure to participate CAST USA Innovation Entrepreneurship Competition and here to represent all the competition participants. We would like to sincerely thank CAST USA, Dr. Hanting Zhang, Dr. Susan Chen, Dr. Jialing Wang, and all the judges who have provided tremendous effort to this competition. And the competition offers a great opportunity to share our innovative technology, which is highly related to everyone's daily life. And we apply the IoT and AI into pest control through Pest Trap for establish a pesticide-free and more sustainable agriculture. So I believe all the competition participants is just as excited as me to take this opportunity to share our technology innovations. And just as Dr. Daniel Chang has shared this insightful experience that it's important to have a multi-dimensional life. And as a principal scientist at Nestle, I was working on a nutraceutical to help patients living a healthy life. And also as an entrepreneur, I'm very passionate to continue our innovation and tailor this technology into more profound applications. And thanks again, CAST USA for the award, and very looking forward to be more actively involved into CAST for future events. And I highly encourage all the entrepreneurs to join CAST USA for more opportunities and collaborations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wang, and thank you, Dr. Shelley Xu. Among all the performances, how could we leave out the piano, right? Pianist Bo Yifa has won many awards in various international competitions. Let's welcome Bo Yifa to bring us Liu Yanghe. Thank you, Mr. Fa, for such an uplifting song. Next, we will have the ballet performance, Maple in the Snow, brought to us by Lin Bao. Ms. Bao is the head of Huaxing Art Troupe, the president of the South China Artists Association. Let's welcome Ms. Lin Bao. As we can see from the video, all those professional dancers were wearing masks. But we can also see that COVID-19 would never stop us from moving forward. Next, please let me invite Dr. Han Ting-zhang to introduce the recognition of volunteers. Dr. Zhang.
Thank you, Xin. We were able to hold the important event because we have a lot of volunteers. We have contributions and support from all the people from the organizing committee, excuse me, and the sponsors. And the volunteers are valuable, and they did a lot of work, excellent services. We really appreciate it. And there's a long list, and here are the names that we want to recognize. It's as you can see, it's in alphabetical order. based on the last names. They are Changfen Yang Beizhe, Jian Bao, Xiaoming Dong, Grace Feng, Wang Guo. I guess I can just, read it in Chinese. Maybe it's just more familiar with the names. Guo Xiangning, He Jin, Huang Meng, Vicky Huang, and Jia Pengchen, Liang Ruifeng, Ray Liang, Liao Futian, Li Rui, Lin Lihui, Liu Jinbo, Raymond Liu Ruimin, Ma Quanyi, Stephen Min, 就是闵洪忠啊 ，Stephen 闵是闵洪忠，潘怒安、秦立新、谭阳、唐家伟、唐义丹、王嘉林、吴家代、向银霄、谢立旭、徐雷。Gary 于是于国良，Andrew 张是张小春，张海英，还有张鑫、赵海宁、郑荣、周金荣、周俊英、周丽君、周雪萍。This list is from the nominations from different people, different departments of the CAST USA organizations, and I appreciate all the nominators, and congratulations to all the volunteers. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Zhang, and thank you all for those volunteers for all the contributions to the community. And next, please allow me to introduce Dr. Jia Dai Wu to announce our awards for sponsors.
Again, I think, Jia Dai has some internet issues, so I will delegate her to announce all the sponsors. I think, as I mentioned before, this meeting cannot happen without the support from, first, I think very important is each chapters of CAST USA for your efforts, and also some of the sponsors. One is from RWD. We really appreciate your generous support, and also the China Telecom. I think everyone knows this is a very big internet provider for data and cloud service. And iCareer, it's a company that is it is Shanghai Quanfu Enterprise Manager Service. And then the last one is the iCareer is actually a Shanghai Huami Education Technology. It's the education learning career development platform that targets various stages of career development needs and creates tailored long-term impact for international students or working professionals. And the last one, thank you, that is Shanghai Quanfu Enterprise Management Service. So again, also I specifically thank all the chapters from these caster. I think from the San Diego chapter provided a $2,000 donation for this meeting. We really appreciate. And also the other chapters, the Los Angeles, Shanghai office, Qingdao, they have provided the $1,000 support. And also the other CAST USA DC chapter, Beijing office, and and Hangzhou office as well. So again, thank you so much. So it's all yours. Back to you, Sing.
Thank you. Next, the Hope Symphony Ensemble will bring us tonight Canon. Xuefen Stanley Wang is a renowned concert violinist. He and his Hope Music Ensemble were the recipients for numerous international competition awards. Let's welcome Hope Symphony Ensemble.
Let's go. Sorry, there's some issues with the technical file. Something wrong with the document. So let's skip to another one. How about that?
Sure. Okay, so coming next is our famous opera artist, the music director of Oscar Hollywood China Night, Miss Lily Zhang. Tonight, she will bring us Let There Be Peace on Earth. Welcome.
Brothers all
了这么多的表演，今天呢，整场会议呢也要接近尾声。我们主办方有很多说不尽的感谢的语言。接下来我想邀请Dr. 张汉庭给我们讲话，谢谢。
是周金荣吧？
是感谢表演奖和评委奖。
Okay. Sorry, I got confused. So it was the closing remarks. Yeah. Okay. 谢谢啊，这表演非常的精彩，谢谢所有的演员的努力，也谢谢长芬这个组织这台晚会，让我们度过了一个一段愉快的时光。这里要特别感谢所有的人的这个服务，包括这个几大奖的，包括创新创业奖还有3大奖还有 YEA 的奖，他们的组织包括这个苏珊畅刘金波教授还有 Vicky 黄，他们组织这几个奖都费了很多的时间和精力，然后还有我们的这个 outstanding judge 梅哲 Bruce Coventry 还有 Joe Young， 他们也都花了大量的时间和精力。Anyway， 这个非常感谢大家，谢谢大家支持。Back to scene, please.
Thank you, Dr. Zhang. And next, I would like to welcome Dr. Jingrong Zhou to give us the closing remarks. Dr. Zhou, the stage is all yours.
Thank you. Dear distinguished guests, friends and colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to congratulate Dr. Shuguang Zhang for receiving the CAST USA Science and Innovation Award, and Dr. Haimin Zhang for receiving the CAST USA Outstanding Enterprise Leadership Award. Thank both of them for their excellent and inspiring lectures. I would like
May I interrupt you, Dr. Zhou? I saw the message in the chat. I think we have one performance that had some technical issue.
So
I would suggest to let that play before you close. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, that's no problem.
So Haigang, go ahead. Please share your screen and play that performance.
好像网络有点问题，是吧？
Sorry, I think there's still some technical issue. I would suggest that just go ahead and close. Go back to you, Dr. Zhou.
Okay, thank you. Where should I start? Should I start from beginning? Okay, anyway. So dear guests, dear distinguished guests, friends and colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, once again, First of all, I would like to congratulate Dr. Shu Guangzhang for receiving the CAST USA Science and Innovation Award, and Dr. Haimin Zhang for receiving the CAST USA Outstanding Enterprise Leadership Award, and thank both of them for their excellent and inspiring lectures. I would like to thank all the speakers in the first day of the summit for their excellent talks, which attracted more than 38,000 participants. I want to congratulate all of the 2021 CAST USA Youth Elite Award recipients and the Innovation and the Leadership Award recipients, and thank all the organizing team members and the judges for their hard work and service. I want to especially thank our sponsors for their generous support. I also want to thank Ms. Changfen Yang and her team for their beautiful and entertaining performances. My special gratitude goes to all of the organizing committee members and the volunteers of the summit, and the leadership of the President Han-Ting Zhang and the Doctors Bingyun Li and Susan Chang, the host CAST West Virginia chapter, and all CAST regional chapters and the offices in China for their tremendous effort and support to make the 2021 Global Innovation Summit a big success. Thank you all for your contributions. The year 2021 remains a challenge for the CAST community as well as the whole world. With continued widespread of COVID-19, especially the Delta variants, the activities in the CAST community were significantly affected. However, all regional chapters, with the coordination and assistance of the CAST USA, have made very impressive progress in organizing the different types of activities to provide service to their members, to the local communities, as well as the general public. Much progress has also been made in strengthening and expanding the CAST USA offices in China to further facilitate the exchange and the collaboration in different fields between the US and China, and to provide the better service to our members who live and work in China. 2022 is coming soon. With the majority of people are vaccinated, we are back to a new normal lifestyle. In the coming year, the CAST USA will continue to assist and coordinate our local chapters in integrating the resources in our CAST community and organizing more activities to better serve our members and the local communities. By restrictedly following the laws, the rules, and the regulations, the CAST USA will continue to initiate and strengthen the necessary collaborations with partners in China and other parts of the world, if necessary. The upcoming 2022 will be a historical moment of the 30th anniversary of the CAST USA. With the consensus of chapters as a main body, CAST USA as a coordinator, or in Chinese, 以分会为主体，以总会为协调, that reached by the whole CAST community with the outstanding leadership in all local chapters and offices, and the enthusiastic support from our members. I truly trust that the future of our CAST community will be stronger and brighter. Finally, I wish you all of you and your families to have a very happy and a healthy upcoming holiday seasons and a prosperous 2022. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. 金荣洲。CAST USA 每年呢都有举办有奖大赛，在此我们真诚的邀请大家踊跃提交创新创业项目。We sincerely appreciate everyone tonight joining us for the CAST USA 2021 Global Innovation Summit. We wish you the best and hope to see you soon in the near future. Have a good night.
So let me play the symphony canon once again to end the wonderful summit. As you can see, this is the background in beautiful San Diego downtown.
FF, Unified Videographer.
Thank you.
Excellent. Give a final applause. I think, yeah, thank everyone. Go ahead, Missing.
Now, I just want to say that we never stop making efforts, right? And we will make impossible possible.
That's good. I don't know what happened with my computer today. Before was pretty good, then this file just cannot play. I don't know what happened.
Pretty good. I think, yeah, just I think it's yeah, it's a weekend. I think everything seems to me, I think for Zoom, I think it's pretty good. And thank everyone for the great effort. And good night, I would say. Yeah. See you guys.
See you. Good night. Bye bye.
太棒了，
Thank you,
恭喜大
everyone.
家，雪平、秉运，太棒了。
再见，刘老师，谢谢你。
谢谢大家啊，大家辛苦了。
暂停会长，金融会
张会长再见，拜拜。
再见，
谢谢，
不
拜。
舍得离开呀。
对呀。
大家切保重哈。
拜拜。有机会来我们 Morgantown。
好的，
刘老师，拜拜。
好。